Hi guys, Steph here. Right, what we've got for you today is yet another lovely pen. Another pen ready to go to find a new home. Um, Basically, this pen, for you regular viewers, you would have seen it in my recent pen haul. Here it is, very briefly. There you go, lovely pen. And here it is after being fully serviced. Now, it didn't need a great deal of work doing to it, but what I've done, I've fully disassembled it, cleaned everything internally, we've put a new sack in it, and it's now ready to go. A lovely Watermans Ideal 0552.5 V. Now, when we say the model number, there you go. You can see nice and clearly we've got the model number to the end of the barrel there. Very nice and clear, as you can see. Now, I was very surprised that this pen is in such lovely condition, because I'm dating the pen from around about the 1920s, maybe getting into the 1930s. So yeah, what we've got is an antique fountain pen, but in very nice condition. You can see to the top there. Okay, it's got this ring to the very top, so a ring top fountain pen. And for you people that don't know, I think in them days what you would have found is that these pens were connected to a chain, maybe even a watch, a waist, for a waist pocket watch. They were connected. Some people maybe would have had the ring top there on a ribbon around the necks. But yeah, it's what we term as a ring top fountain pen. As I say, in very nice condition. It comes in this sort of flowered filigree overlay. Okay, and the overlay, I believe, is 18 karat gold filled. To the end, well, to the bottom of the cap, if I just look over the camera, there we go. You've got the word Watermans at the bottom of the cap, as you can see there. It's a lever filled fountain pen. You can see it's got this lovely large, what we term as a lollipop lever, and you can see to the end there it's got it's the Watermans Ideal logo to the very end of the lever there. And then just while we're at the bottom of the barrel, you can see at the very end it's got this knurled section there, which helps in this particular case to post the cap. So all in all, as I say, in lovely condition for its age. Incidentally, the model number there, I have actually read that the 05 indicates that it's got this overlay. The 5, I believe, indicates that it's a lever filled fountain pen. The number 2 tells us it has a number 2 nib, and the half V, the half indicating, I believe, that it's what we term as the slender model, and the V that, as we just mentioned, is a vest pocket pen. So whether that's correct or not, I'm not too sure, but it is something that I've actually read somewhere. Now, the pen, from the top of the sort of little ring to the top there to the end of the barrel, approximately 95 millimeters capped. Around the barrel, it's a nice 10 millimeters in diameter. Let's unscrew the cap for you. Let's show you the pen in numerous sort of different angles. as I said, what I've actually done, it didn't need a lot of work. I've just simply, well, taken the pen apart, disassembled it, cleaned everything internally. Okay, put a new sack, and as I say, it's now ready for a new owner. So there you go, you can see the barrel there with the thread to the top. Incidentally, underneath there, this pen would have been a black hard rubber pen. So underneath all the blacks there, in between the filigree, will be black hard rubber. You can see the section slightly small, little sort of ridge towards the nib there. Now, for you people that watch my regular sort of the videos regular, when I actually showed you this pen, it actually had the wrong nib to it. Okay, it had what we termed as an eagle nib, which were for eagle pens. So what I've actually done, I've actually replaced the nib in this. I don't actually like replacing nibs because I prefer to leave pens as original as possible, but this particular pen would have had a Waterman, and as you can see in this particular case, a Waterman Ideal. Okay, it says England, and inside the section to the bottom it's got the number 2, so it's a correct number 2 nib. There's a sideways view, there's the view underneath. As you can see, everything gets cleaned, the feed, the ink channel, everything, and it's looking in very nice condition, as you can see. Well, we've got the cap off as well. Although the nib in this particular case is an English nib, you can see to the top of the overlay somewhere it says made, I think it says made in USA. Okay, there it is for you. Okay, so it's got an English nib with a USA pen, which, to be honest with you, is not unusual. I've seen these before where, you know, they interchange whatever nibs they had in stock, or wherever the pen came from. It may have come from the USA into England. In this case, it had the nib changed. As we said, it had the wrong nib. So I've now installed this English number 2 Ideal nib, and it's a little bit more original to the pen. As you can see, they're quite small pens. These vest pocket pens, as you would have seen before, are quite small. But in this particular case, okay, now for you people that watch my videos regular, you'll know that I do not like posting caps on pens, because I actually see the damage that it actually does to the pen. But in this case, it's designed specifically for that. Again, you've got this knurling at the end, which helps to post the cap. There you go. It goes on very nicely and snug. And now you can see it makes the pen a lot more comfortable to hold and to write with. Incidentally, with it being posted like that, it's approximately, I think I measured it around about 135 millimeters capped. So it's a nice sized fountain pen. Now, because we're going to try and find a new home for the pen, and would like to leave the pleasure of whoever's the new owner to fill the pen with their favourite ink, what we'll do, incidentally, what we'd do, we'd actually dip the nib in the section in the ink, and we'd get the lever. Okay, there we go. There's the lever for you. And underneath on the lever, you'll see there it says 18 karat gold. Oh, does it say overlay or plated? But yeah, there's the lever for you. You can see. Clicks into place like so. As I say, it's been fully serviced and cleaned, so in full working order. So let's dip the nib in the ink to my right here, and let's see how the pen writes. So we've got a Watermans Ideal 05 52 1/2 and V, made in USA, although as we've just seen the nib was made in England around 1920s 1930s. It's actually writing very nicely indeed. Let's just give it another dip. And does it have any flecks? So, well, I say the answer is yes, it does, with pressure on the downward stroke. It has a little bit of line variation, but all in all, writing very nicely. Writing, I would say, with a medium line, with a downward stroke. You can see we can get quite a broad line. So yes, the nib has a little bit of flexibility and gives us this lovely line variation. So let's wipe that. We'll clean the nib after the video, before, as I say, we find a new home. And there you go. Look how, well, it takes quite a bit of a pull to actually get the cap off. So yes, it posts very nicely and snugly. So there we have it, a gorgeous antique Watermans 0552.5 V Ideal fountain pen from around about the 1920s. I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment below, give the video a thumbs up if you will. Don't forget to subscribe. But for now, I'm just going to say Slava Ukraini, and from me, bye bye for now.